language, Spanish and Portuguese. Fight the fight like Chinese and Japanese. Try stop the thing, the Celtic and they can breathe. Tap farm, Javan, Ferran. Pull up and get around the like Heron. Group Post and Wildland.
WEFM, the new fresh sound.
Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
Welcome back, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The time is 9:20 here and in the Eastern Caribbean. This is our Talk to Me segment where whatever you want to talk about, we will talk about this morning. The number to call is 457-9997. Also, the number to WhatsApp, 457-9997, where you can also place calls. We're also live on YouTube and Facebook, WEFM 99 SVG. If you're just joining us, this is Ari. With me is Christal, and we are Activated Mornings this morning. What I'd like to talk about this morning is food servers and their practices here in the beautiful St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Now, there was a post made on Facebook that made its rounds yesterday where someone accused a specific worker at KFC for what I would describe as unsanitary practices. So the post says, KFC St. Vincent, in specific KFC Kingstown, your approach to customer service is, I won't say, to say the least, your worker, and I won't say her name, or whatever her name is simply retarded. Ooh, I don't think I could say retarded.
No, you shouldn't.
Okay. Retract retarded, aggressive, and doesn't even begin to fathom a single atom in regards to customer service. I entered the outlet with my sisters to buy chicken. After placing the order and awaiting the packaging of said order, I noticed the worker mentioned above speaking over my chicken while packing into the box. I said to her in a raised voice, "Miss, I don't want you to talk over my food." I proceeded to call her by name. She turned around and watched me aggressively and in a rude manner. Last time I checked, tell me who want anyone serving them food talk over the food. I continued to say to her, "I don't want your spit in my food." I highlighted another worker packing chicken who wasn't talking, simply packing. I said, "Look, your coworker is doing the right thing," but this seemed to annoy her even more. The manager didn't reprimand her, only tried to reprimand me because I told her that me and she don't sleep when night comes, so I couldn't care if she vexed. And for anyone thinking I'm looking for clout, for the older listeners, clout is attention, I won't read the rest things that they said. Now, what are your thoughts, Christal?
Excuse me. No, I think what is fact here, that the customer was not wrong to highlight an issue that was affecting them, which is like food handling practices.
Mm-hmm.
I think in all of it, he said he did admit that he shouted.
He raised his voice. He said it himself.
Right. I think in that instance, maybe the shouting is what triggered her response. I'm not saying that he was wrong to do what he did, but maybe the shouting triggered her response. Would it have ended differently if he had said in a calmer manner? I'm not too sure. I'm not too certain. But there are some people who would respond in an aggressive manner if you shout at them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? However, it is the responsibility of employees, and I'm not going to give any highlight to the establishment. I think it is the responsibility of customer service individuals, once you are facing the customer, no matter what job you're doing, is you have to have like restraint, and you have to be able to assess the situation. And regardless of how you are approached by a customer, you have to be as calm as possible. So I think there were a couple things that should have been done better. Additionally, in terms of the issue that he highlighted, if it is something that's ongoing, or maybe that individual in that moment did not follow certain guidelines, because I know there are establishments that would have rules. So maybe, they didn't abide by it at that specific moment. Maybe it's something that the company needs to look into and rectify it. How they have managed the issues is now my question. Have they responded publicly? I didn't even check their Facebook page.
They probably won't respond publicly to that. And honestly, I don't think anyone would think less of them if they didn't respond to the wording of the post, and everything was very I would say kind of distasteful. Like, the customer was right, but the stuff that I didn't read in their publicizing of the matter. What I would say is, I am a firm believer of the customer is always right unless they get physical with you. If it is that the customer is telling you, don't speak over my food, you're at your job, you keep it together, you serve them, you take it on the chin. Unfortunately, in this situation, by their own admittance, the customer raised a voice at the person. Hey, you don't do that, and you know how people get.
Can get you.
And okay, let's say they probably stopped, because in their story they didn't say that there was a back and forth. So you're saying, don't speak over my food and whatever. Then you're continuing. Look, your coworker doing the right thing. Why are you over here speaking over, and you go in, and that would
irritate anybody.
That would annoy anybody. But at the end of the day, the food server is wrong. And I think it's a horrible practice here in St. Vincent, where persons serving food would speak over the food. I have seen it on multiple occasions. I've seen it this week. I've seen it up to yesterday.
What did you do in that moment?
Well, it wasn't my food.
So you're like, I don't care.
It wasn't my food. I'm not fighting people battles. I am a superhero.
Why?
But look at what I was
Fight.
telling you. In Taiwan, there are mouth guards. Okay, I have them here. There are mouth guards, kind of reverse visors, where it goes from the chin. So if you speak, any material coming from your mouth would hit the visor instead of going to the food. I do think they need to introduce that here in St. Vincent. I have seen persons actively having conversations while serving at fast food restaurants here, at regular restaurants. Just yesterday, I went to purchase some food, and the server is having a full conversation with the other server, having full conversation with the customers with the food right below where they are. And I remember one time it had happened to me, and I told them, hey, kindly don't speak over my food. And I could see that they're annoyed that I am asking you politely not to speak over my food. But I don't care. It's my food. I have to digest it. I am putting that in my mouth. I do not want any foreign agents from your body entering my body. I do not know you.
Yes, take a call. Hello, good morning. Oh, sorry. As you said that, it's practices, like food handling practices, especially at carnival time.
But there's training. They have been announcing training for the past, I would say, 3 months.
But not everybody does go, though. Not everybody would take part, though.
And if they don't take part, it's illegal.
It is illegal, and some people still do it. Even the where some people operate their food businesses, like why you have that thing at the side of the road catching a horse at a dust, disgusting. And then you know what, you would see a long line of people purchasing. So like there are some people who just like don't care, and it's just like a common practice for some folks. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hi, good morning. Go ahead.
Good morning. One time I was waiting outside this roti shop. They open at 6 o'clock. A couple of people also, and the guy that come out, he had gloves on, and he opened the door with the gloves. And then he go back in to make the guy sandwich with the same gloves. No, I didn't pick that up, but the guy picked that up. He said, "Man, you ain't making my sandwich with that same glove," and he changed it. The other day I was in a Subway sandwich, and I see this guy. He's taking the money with the gloves, and he's making the same sandwich with the gloves. So I tell him, no, I tell him I don't want it no more. He said, oh yeah, okay, you change the gloves. So change the gloves. I take it. Customer service. I remember buying some food and this guy like dashed the food on the counter. So I said, I don't like the way you dash it on the counter. Or the change. I think he dashed the change on the counter. I said, I don't like the way you did that. He said, well, I don't have to like what you like. That's what he tell me. So I said, look, could I get back my money? So yes, so he give me back my money, he dashed it on the counter. And there was also a time I buy some food. This was the wrong food that, and I told them to if they could change. They said, no, that's your food. So I never go back in there. I leave the food right on the counter and walked out. They didn't give back my money. Well, I lost. I thought I lost. And I'll give you the last one. At the McDonald's, this two ladies went in this McDonald's and the cashier was checking the $20 bill. So the customer got upset. They got an argument and the customer jumped on the car. Attempt to jump into the over the counter at the cashier, and the cashier had a baseball bat under the
There's Bronx. There's happening in the Bronx.
And he beat the living daylight out the lady.
What is happening in the Bronx?
Fired, they got arrested, they got fired, and people got
My
fired
mic
for
off?
him. They form a go fund for him,
That's on me.
and the charges was eventually dropped. All right.
Caller,
That's it for now.
caller, where did this
Bye-bye.
happen?
Go ahead. Hold on.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Where did this happen? Where did the baseball bat incident happen?
In Manhattan.
In Manhattan?
Yes.
Manhattan is
and then
glory.
the guy previously,
Now you would expect.
it was
you
a
would
Jamaican guy. The cashier was a Jamaican guy. He previously served time for murder.
Oh.
Previously.
No, in Manhattan you would expect a different
Customer service.
level of customer service because of the financial districts, because upper Manhattan, lower Manhattan, the districts that are in Manhattan, you would expect a higher level of customer service. You would expect to see something like that. You see something like that in the Bronx, in Harlem, in Brooklyn, in Queens.
But he
Still
defended
ghetto for
himself. They
Manhattan.
jump over the counter.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's wrong, you know.
Get beat up.
Now, but Christal had asked if Manhattan gold and why I surprised it happened. By saying this is not something common. But all right, thanks for the contribution, caller.
All right, bye.
But I do think that these food handlers need to consider that you are providing a service and it is food that you're handling. It needs to be done in a very sanitary manner. At no point you should be talking over somebody's food. At no point. Especially if the food is open. It's disgusting. And then a lot of people are used to it being that way. So they just look past it. Because a lot of the times I see it, it's a continuous thing in different places. Every time that I see it, persons often brush it aside. But no. I'm paying for a chicken lunch. I'm not paying for a chicken lunch with a side of your spit. I am not paying for that at all. And
a little container.
right? Put it on the side. If you give me on the side, come on. And I'm glad that the caller brought up customer service. I was telling Christal on air. I went to a gas station to get gas the holiday day on Wednesday, and I'm asking the attendant if they take cards. And the lady there speaking to me with her back turned to me.
Talk to my
What in the disrespect? Like I'm still in shock. Like, are there training programs? Is it that people just fed up? What the job is that they upset that they're working on a holiday? Is it that they upset with the rush for you're upset with your supervisor, your employer, but it has nothing to do with the customer.
Easier said than done, but I mean, people when you're working, when you're customer facing, it really should put aside a lot of things. But we're human beings, and sometimes, our emotions will get the better of us. But there are basic things like you face the customer, you answer, you say certain things a certain way. I don't know how much we value, or some businesses value, customer service, but you can always tell when a business makes that investment in who they hire and perhaps as far as who they train.
I have to shout out Cammy's restaurant in Market Day. You know, persons often look at the vegetable market as an unsanitary place. They rather buy food from somewhere else. But I have been buying from Cammy since I was, I think, in prep school.
Cammy's is the one in the middle?
No, it's when you enter from where the guy is and the sandals there and you go straight down, the one that's straight there.
All right.
At least I hope I have the right name.
There are like 3 of them.
There's
right?
like 3 of them. The first one there, straight. And when you come out of it, you're going straight down the hallway.
Oh, okay.
Those, I've never seen the people that speak over the food.
There's some establishments that have a guard over it. So you literally, even if you're speaking, you cannot go into, you can't speak over the food because there's no opportunity for you to do that. But I mean, this is an opportunity for like restaurants and establishments to look at their food handling practices. And if it is that there are areas of improvement, just go ahead and improve. Also, how you deal with customers, whether the customer is rude or not, how do you handle those things? Maybe refreshers as well. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Christal. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you doing?
Good
I am
morning.
blessed, thank you.
Good morning,
Good
Radio
morning,
Mommy.
son.
Hey,
How are you?
I am well now that you've called.
like she patting your back. You rubbing your back, yeah?
That's my Radio Mommy.
What are you saying?
Yes.
That was fast.
Crystal,
Me and jealous, you know. Me not jealous.
is that
Yeah, that's what they always say when they're jealous.
No.
But Crystal, you had your fun, so there's no need to be jealous. The other morning I sat here and I heard you, Crystal, and I remember that morning on activated morning when you were trying to pronounce Pampaluti.
Oh. Oh.
Pampaluti. Yeah, I know. You're talking about the food, guys, and one of the things that I don't understand is that you walk into places and people have long hair let down without any hairnet and all of that.
Yeah, nothing.
Guys, I do not even talk over my own food, and anybody around me will tell you that not even over my own food. I used to cater before I moved back to Canada for the government, and nobody could ever say that they see me serving food or selling food or anything without something on my head. I am there home and I'm cooking and my head is covered and no armpit, nothing that I wear and stuff like that. I don't understand. I don't know. You go in and people are serving food and they're chattering, and I mean, like, who wants that? I had locks down to my shoulder and nobody knew because my head was always tight, pushing my trolley. And I used to sell at the bus stops. And then one day I didn't sell that day and I was doing some business. And one of the van drivers, he said to me, Lady Hunter, because I had Lady Hunter. He said, you have long hair, you have locks. I said, yes. But my head is always covered because I'm dealing with food. So that is one of the things that I think they really have to get on with. You should be wearing a hairnet over when you're serving with food. Cover your hair, Yes. Well, I know time is short, so you guys have a good weekend. And my son, if you can't be good, be careful, okay? Take care.
Thank you, Mother. I will be very careful.
Yeah, your notebook?
Yes.
Excuse me?
Write it down, Thank you. Take care.
You're very welcome, guys. Bye. How is the little one, Christal?
Oh, he's great. As energetic as ever.
We getting you for Mother's Day?
Huh? You mind your business. Where you getting Mommy Anita?
You don't worry about that.
Tell him when he get his own. Tell you what he get for Father's Day.
Hey.
I tell all him.
I'm getting him a false one.
I am one out of two. I am one out of 2 Shaws in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and my lineage will die with me.
Okay, all right. I hear you, son. I'm in your corner. I go along with you. Take care.
All right, have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, bye-bye.
Same to you.
Thanks.
Bye.
All right, so we're a few seconds from 9:40 where we usually bring our community dateline.
Can I steal a minute?
Sure.
This is an appeal to he or she who must not be named, and this came from a listener. And I don't want to ignore it because we're in a talk to me segment, but he was I'm assuming it's a him. The person was.
This is what we'll do, right? Do the I'll do the community dateline, and then we'll come back to it right after the community dateline. I won't end the live.
Okay.
All right. So before I hop into community dateline, I just want to remind everyone that the Searchlight Weekend Edition is available. The headlines are Vincimas launch to gel with ICC T20 World Cup promotions. Rising costs sends up cricket upgrade bill. WHO certifies SVG for ending HIV and syphilis transmission from mother to child. Professional secretarial and consultancy services celebrates 35 years in business. Redemption shops van men at breaking point. Brighton man gets 30 years in jail for murder. The young man who took girl's innocence, jail for 9 years. PM expresses opposition to pay and wear to raise funds in schools. Calls for better protocols for information sharing between government departments. Courtney Franklin lone Vincentian in Windward's under 19 cricket squad. Grammar school makes commendable showing at Penn Relays. More sports, opinions, Renwick, Dr. Fraser Bassi, and so much more. Searchlight journalism you can trust online and at newsstands everywhere.
WEFM, the new fresh sound.
As we enter the final 30 days of the National Firearms Amnesty, the NFA 2024, the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force continues its community engagements by conducting walkabouts and town hall meetings across St. Vincent and the Grenadines to sensitize the public about the amnesty provisions and to address issues of gun violence, crime, and citizen safety. To this end, the next round of community engagements are as followed. On May 16th, there's a walkabout and gun amnesty town hall meeting at Camden Park, Sweet Spot Corner. The walkabout begins at 4 p.m., the gun amnesty town hall meeting at 6:30 p.m. On May 23rd, the walkabout will begin at Sandy Bay and the gun amnesty will begin. The walkabout will be at Sandy Bay 4 p.m. and the gun amnesty town hall meeting will be at Millers Junction at 6:30 p.m. On May 30th, 2024, the walkabout will be at Barley at 4 p.m. The gun amnesty town hall meeting will be at the Barley Square, at 6:30 p.m. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines wishes to reiterate to the public that the amnesty is a no questions asked, no prosecution initiative. It allows anyone who has an unlicensed firearm, replica, or imitation firearm, a component part of a firearm, or ammunition in his or her possession to surrender them to the police or any of the following agents: Justice of the Peace, barrister or solicitor, parliamentarian, minister of religion, firearm dealers. The National Firearms Amnesty was introduced on Friday, March 1st, 2024 for 91 days. It will conclude on Friday, May 31st, 2024. The Ministry of Agriculture is appealing for the removal of all animals from schools and other government compounds with immediate effect. Failure to do so will result in the relevant authorities taking necessary actions. The general public is asked to take note. Applications are being invited for the postgraduate diploma in secondary education. This program is being offered by the University of the West Indies UWK Field Campus through the Division of Teacher Education. The diploma in secondary education is an in-service program for the secondary school teachers who hold a first degree but have not been exposed to formal teacher training. By providing exposure to diverse experiences and methodologies, the program aims to equip teachers with the necessary skills and knowledge to excel in the classroom amidst evolving regional, global, and school environments. The deadline for submission of applications is June 30th, 2024. The program begins on July 15th, 2024. Interested persons should visit cavehill.ue.edu for more information. That has been your community dateline for today, May 3rd, 2024.
Boy, so where you getting crashing on? Your brakes real good, boy.
Now brakes alone good enough. My tires good too.
Tires? Where you get them tires, boy?
Out by Caribbean Tire Plus, man. They out in Addersville. Can't miss it. Look for the orange container on them. Plenty parking space and open 7 days a week all thing, man. Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And on Sundays, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call them today. Caribbean Tire Plus, 784-432-4786 or email ctiresplus@gmail.com.
This Mother's Day, treat mom to the gift of healthy cooking with West Point's incredible air fryers, only at Singer. Say goodbye to greasy meals and hello to deliciously crispy dishes, all without guilt. Introducing our Mother's Day special featuring 3 different sizes of air fryers to suit every kitchen and every craving. From our compact single drum fryer, perfect for cozy meals, to our spacious double drum fryer, ideal for family feasts. And here's the best part. Enjoy a special 20% discount exclusively for Mother's Day. That means you can snag your favorite West Point air fryer starting at just $274 only at Singer. Give mom the gift of flavor, health, and convenience this Mother's Day with a West Point air fryer. Hurry, this offer won't last long. Visit Singer store today. Singer, your family company, making every meal a masterpiece.
Have you ever heard about Logs Cash and Carry? Well, let me tell you, Logs Cash and Carry provides retail products at affordable prices, making them competitive with major supermarkets. Logs Cash and Carry also provide wholesale on some products, mainly from Log Enterprises. You can get toiletries, cleaning supplies, shortening, margarine, wholesale drinks, and canned goods at competitive prices. Logs Cash and Carry is located at the top of Fountain Stretch, VG Highway. Our opening hours are Mondays to Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Logs Cash and Carry. We look forward to serving you.
WEFM, the new fresh sound.
Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
Welcome back, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The time is 9:47. And we're getting closer to the end of Activated Mornings this morning. So before we went to commercial, Christal, you were reading something that a listener had contributed.
Oh, yeah. So a listener, well, I'll read it now. I was going to paraphrase it before. I've given my fabric to this lady to sew. Today will make it 6 months. Now I have called her several times. I've gone to her home. She asked that I go to her shop. I went to her shop. She never showed up. I called her husband. We went really far. He said to pass by her. Up to this time, my fabric is not delivered to me, and I would like the public to be aware of this woman. I was told when you take your fabric to her, she takes it and sells them and then plays she's sick. Now, there's no mention of name or location or anything, but I mean, it is like ridiculous where here we have customer service again. If you have taken fabric from somebody, you either make what they ask or you return it to them. I hope that the individual takes it a bit further because they're making reference to it not being them alone. You take it further and see what resolve you can get from the matter. If it is something that is a habit or continuous, and what you're saying is an actual fact, perhaps that person can desist eventually or be charged for, because it is an offense. You're taking people's property under a verbal contract between the client and yourself, and you're not fulfilling your end of the bargain. You should either be held accountable, responsible for that, or refund the person the cost or the actual material. Yeah, that's that.
You know, it's kind of sounds familiar to the last couple scams that we've been seeing, right? The person's taking money for things and not giving persons the item that they paid for. What's that face? What's that?
Yeah. The young lady, that's one. I mean, prior to that, we've had a couple, but those people are actually behind bars. So this person on the WhatsApp said, I want tamarind balls so bad. But I don't trust people's hands. LOL.
And you know, that remind me of Chow Chow too.
Yo, primary school must be some of the nastiest days of my life.
Boy, I
Like
remember.
looking back here.
You were prep school?
Yes.
You remember they used to say, that lady had little finger?
Boy, I don't remember that. The amount of things that I have ignored in my life, it's a shame. It's a shame. But like looking back, like they're handling money and then they're cutting up the
Mango and damso and handing it to me, a child whose immune system ain't probably strong enough for that
Yeah,
yet.
I'm gonna give you a joke. It ain't really funny, but it's one time, right? I bought I think it was a donut. When I bite into the donut, I heard crunch. So I'm like, what is going on here? When I look down, I just see like a half of a cockroach. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna pass out. Of course, this guy.
Nutrients.
I don't know what I did after that. I don't even know.
You died.
No, I didn't. It's like, but like, as children, you don't even pay attention to these things.
A cockroach.
And here now, they get you plums. I don't even know how they wash them. Give me some salt, give me some pepper. You don't even go wash them. It's like, it's disgusting. But I've seen like today, I have seen some vendors actually using plastic bags to
And,
cut stuff.
and I appreciate that. Shout out to those vendors.
This one time again, but very recently, I saw this person selling snow cones, and I see them go in the bathroom, right, somewhere in town, and I say, let me stay and Mako and see if I should continue buying snow cones from this person. And when they finished doing the business in the bathroom, they washed their hands so thoroughly. So I'm like, oh, thank you, Jesus. I have been consuming a clean product for the most part. Yeah.
See if I could ease in one
was
story here. I remember last year, I went to a restaurant. I went on a date.
Ooh, fancy.
And I was really, really, really disheartened. The business, funnily, the business is now closed. But my date had bit into a burger, beef burger, and bit into a bone in the burger and chipped a tooth in the bone, on the bone. And the funny thing is, the servers, everyone has an attitude because you're now making a complaint, and not in the regular aggressive way. He was calmly saying, hey, this has happened. I want to know who will be covering my dental expenses because now I definitely will have to go to the dentist. The owner of the establishment or the manager at this point, I don't know, whoever was in charge that night, sat in his office and he called her in, and I was told that he said to her, oh, well, if you'd like, the meal would be on on the house. What the meal at this point? My
Should I put my tooth on the house? Too?
I've never gotten a beef. What kind of beef burger is that? That bone is in it.
Uh-oh.
What beef patty has bone in it? But the way they handled it was so poor. I am not surprised that the business is no longer open. But then it's a prime example, and I'm glad I remember that. It shows that the problem could be coming from the top to bottom as it relates to customer service.
For some folks, yeah.
Because it's there for maybe an hour and a half trying to deal with this simple issue. Tell me, the meal would be on the house. It is not that simple. I am now injured.
I didn't find like a cockroach in the food. I broke my tooth, sir.
Right? Joshua says the cockroach is calcium. The cockroach is calcium.
You just said cockroach?
Yeah. Cockroach. The cockroach is calcium. But it is 9:54. We're gonna make way for the news in brief at 9:55. Just want to say have a good, safe weekend. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Please drive carefully. And this is Ari signing out. I'll be here tomorrow, 7 to 11.
7 to 11?
Yeah, 7 to 11.
Yeah, church. Well, would you look at the time? Time to go. Have a good weekend. I'm still here, by the way.